Browns about to head to New Jersey to face the New York Jets on Sunday at MetLife Stadium. We'll make our picks here at the end of this video, but let's start with the news from Thursday. Paul DePodesta leaving the organization. It just became official maybe 10-15 minutes ago from the Colorado Rockies. He is going to head their baseball operation. So Mary Kay, after almost 10 years with the Cleveland Browns, Paul DePodesta deciding to leave, go back to baseball.
That's right. And I think the key thing to note here is I did a little bit of digging around about this yesterday and came to find out that this does not signal the start of a heads rolling situation in the Browns front office or the coaching staff. Paul DePodesta was a great thought partner. He was the chief strategy officer. He was Haslam's thought partner, but Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry did not answer to him, and this doesn't mean that they now are going to be on their way out. So I think that's probably the first thing to get out there.
Yeah, obviously they are kind of tied to Paul DePodesta because, he was obviously involved in bringing them in. But Ashley, the bottom line here, I think the other key is that he was not fired, right? I think if we're talking about, well, the Browns fired Paul DePodesta, maybe that raises your eyebrows a little bit. But this was his decision to leave and go to Colorado.
Exactly. It was his choice and his decision to exit. And I mean, 10 years, you look at his career path, is a long time for him to be in one spot even. So definitely not something I think fans can glean too much of right now sitting here today. Maybe in hindsight, it's one of those things you'll be able to, but I do always think about Paul DePodesta and fans and that relationship. And I think they viewed him as such this mysterious figure for so long that they want to try to glean as much as possible as they can from this.
Now, we are recording this just so you know, practice is still going on. We don't have official game status updates, but just some good injury news for the Browns. Harold Fannin, who missed Thursday's practice with a hamstring injury, was at practice here on Friday. Carson Schwesinger, who has a high ankle sprain, practiced for the first time on Friday. Shedeur Sanders was on the field throwing on Friday. We did not see Isaiah Bond. He was the one guy we were kind of monitoring that was missing on Friday. But Mary Kay, those first three, it's all good news that they were out there practicing today.
It is good news because yesterday, Fannin missing practice with the hamstring was quite a surprise. He was added to the injury report as did not practice. And him being back out there is key because we know Cedric Tillman is coming back, and the Browns were really looking forward to having two big-bodied guys that they could rely on for Dillon Gabriel down there in the red zone, in the end zone. And the last thing they need is for Harold, their leading receiver, not to be out there. So that was good for them.
Yeah, and Ashley, obviously, we've talked so much about how important Harold Fannin has been, but Carson Schwesinger, too, on that other side, he means a lot to this defense.
He does. I mean, the one thing the Jets are doing well right now is running the football. They are the third-ranked rushing offense in terms of total yards per game. And Carson Schwesinger is a big way for the Browns to try to stymie that. Keep Breece Hall especially under control. Keep Justin Fields under control if he is, in fact, the starter. We still don't know that yet for sure, obviously. But I think that would be a big boost for this defense, who obviously looking to get a win and get right against the Jets.
Yeah, that's the other wrinkle here is Aaron Glenn. Even though Justin Fields did address the media this week, Aaron Glenn has not officially named him his starter. So it's still on the table, Mary Kay, that we could see Justin Fields or we could see our old buddy Tyrod Taylor.
That's right. And I think it's going to be Justin Fields. He's actually coming off a very good performance. So I really do think that it probably is going to be him, but they want to keep the Browns guessing as much as they possibly can. Why not? These are two teams that need whatever tiny bit of competitive advantage that they can get, and withholding the name of your starting quarterback is a great way to do it.
Yeah, I guess it's one way to do it. When you're 1-7, you got to do what you can. Okay, let's make our picks for Sunday. Browns, Jets, 1 p.m., MetLife Stadium. A storyline and a pick. Ashley, lead us off.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go with what exactly is this Jets defense going to look like at the beginning of the week? They had a fire sale right before the trade deadline, traded away Sauce Gardner, their best corner, traded away Quinnen Williams, their best D lineman. So a very different Jets defense for this Browns offense that has been struggling. And I say that as my storyline because it's kind of what I can't get past. For as much as we've seen the Browns struggle this year, the Jets did make some very different moves than the Browns this week. Trading away those guys, I think, not only hurts them defensively, you have to wonder about the morale. So I'm going Browns 22, Jets 16.
Okay, and I'm going to keep an eye on what the Browns can do as the second half starts off, coming off their bye week with a schedule that is supposed to be easier. So you've got the Jets on this schedule. You've got the Titans, the Raiders coming up. I mean, we saw them on Thursday Night Football. It wasn't awesome. So can the Browns take advantage of some of these games? Are they going to get back in playoff contention? Probably not, but can they at least make things interesting here over the second half of the season? And this is the first game where they would have an opportunity to do that. And I am going to pick them to win this game. I'm going to go Browns 18, Jets 15. Mary Kay, what do you have?
Well, I think it's going to be a clean sweep for us, but I don't feel super crazy confident about picking the Browns to win because, of course, as we know, they have lost 12 straight on the road. That's insane. Can they break that streak? We'll see. But my storyline is the fact that they have a brand new play caller in offensive coordinator Tommy Rees. What can he do? What can he pull out of quarterback Dillon Gabriel? He said yesterday he thinks that he knows how Dillon's mind works. He knows what makes him click. So now it's time to put it out there on the grass and see if he can coax some points, some touchdowns, some third down conversions out of this offense and out of this passing game. I'm picking the Browns 17-16.
Okay, there you go. Our picks for Sunday's game. Whatever happens in New Jersey on Sunday, we will cover it all at cleveland.com/Browns.